Hey, welcome everyone to the regularly scheduled Cemetery Advisory Committee that meets every second Tuesday at 5:30 here in the Rose Baker conference room. Well, you never know what conference room we're going to be in, but we're typically in this conference room at the Rose Baker Senior Center. All right, I'm Sandy Berry, the chair of the committee.
Christine, Melissa Austin, Christine Burke.
Okay. Great. Here we go. Review the April, math here. So you know what I'll do? This is what I'm going to do. We don't have quorum, I'm saying this to the tape. We don't have quorum, so we're just going to cover some things that don't need to be voted on. Okay. Number 2, Second Parish tour dates are September 20th at Second Parish, and the rain date is September 27th. Those are both Saturdays.
September 27th.
Yeah.
The time?
We think 10 a.m., but we have to coordinate a little bit with the catalysts. Good. Number 3, the mayor requests to expand the committee. He said that he was trying to get it on the city council agenda. And you know what? I meant to check to see if it's on this week's agenda, but I didn't get a chance to do that.
And the city council is this week or next week?
Let me think. Was it last week? It's every 2 weeks. They're doing a lot of budgeting right now. But you know what? Let's just because we have a couple minutes. Sure. Yeah. Let's For the benefit of the recording, we're looking at the city council's agenda. Next one is May 27th, so that means they. It's on- Agenda posted. Yeah, but that is a good chance we'll be on there for them. Okay,
So it stands down just for the notice, Mayor just told me that he's going to submit, our requests and what you sent him in the documents.
Yeah.
And he'll submit to, city council, and put on an agenda when they have an open space.
that's right. So at the April 29th meeting that we had, which was 2 weeks ago, he was going to try to get it either on the next one,
Mhm.
which could have been the 13th, just tonight.
Hmm.
Or the 27th.
Mhm.
Guess what? It's being discussed tonight.
Excellent.
It's number 6.
This is it, just, this doesn't have a title.
Yeah. Let me see if I- Okay, it's called, you ready?
Mhm.
Memorandum from the mayor regarding proposed amendment to the Gloucester Code of Ordinances. Chapter, I'm gonna cut this out and send it to you. But let me, I'll read it though. Chapter 6 Cemeteries, Article 2, City-owned Cemetery Advisory Committee, Section 621 and 624. So one part of that is expanding the committee, and the second part is just adding those words in.
Mhm. 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 So by the next meeting, we'll know that it's been approved.
Thanks for having me check that. Moving right along. Roundtable project status. Everybody knows how to get there, right, from the cemetery page. Does it help if I go, like, step by step to get there, or do you feel like we're getting there?
We have a link here.
I think, no, it's not difficult for some reason.
We'll go step by step,
Yeah.
because this is,
Okay, okay, good. All right,
so we put a bit of draw.
okay. So, so on the drive, you don't have to worry about these other two things here for other things, but cemetery advisory committee is at top level. And while I'm here, let's see. Just that. I'm gonna get people on the top level. And that's because, oh, this is because, oh, the historical commission, okay. If you can get to this, is that right?
What is it called? I mean,
Oh, okay. You need to do this, you need to say this. Okay. Melissa.
is that the
Oh,
uppercase Melissa
okay.
So it says 66, that's her.
All right, so once you get into this whole section, I hope it's big enough for you to see if it isn't, but you know, we have projects. And we have something called the master project. And what we've been doing is kind of keep on top of the different projects that are going on. The first one is Chris. And if there's anything that you want me to change on anything, it's basically an active project in 2025. And I'm not sure, you know, I think it goes into
27.
um,
So the active 326.
Yeah.
That's great.
okay. Let me just put,
Sure.
okay. Chris and Nancy are now,
That's independent. These are the names of everything. It's
it's pending or active?
It's active and it's in probably 2026.
National Register, that's me, and it's not active, it's not considered at all. It's considered a local. I'm gonna kind of piggyback on the stories that you and
Yes.
we're working on. Great National Register, Freeman Stones, 2027. Conditioning, recording, active, ongoing, everybody. Oh no, that's the schedule right here. I'm responsible for maintaining the master schedule.
And that's just going to be.
So that's how it's going to be done. Veteran American Revolution stones, missing of the image. This is the forms that you fill out to get them replaced with the model.
Right, and that's active now, and it's going to be active forever until we have it all.
Yeah. That's the air conditioning on the bathroom. Oh, okay, matter short is you're wrong.
When you get the thermometer, you can touch the thermometer.
That would be wrong. Right, National Register 2027, there it is. Conditions of reporting. Treasurer, that's really active and ongoing. So Russell, Melissa, and myself did an inventory on the stones, and you know, it's missing. Because, you know,
Star, plaque. I can very familiar with you. Yes, with you all, just that, it's very helpful. Presentation.
does that mean so it's inventory and sent to Chris, or do you want to go out?
You want to know the forms.
And
similar to veterans services.
Alternate burial, which is, that's fine. Okay, family base, not sure on that. There's a new IT person that, I'm not about. Okay. And this one, I don't have to choose, so I'll do that. Um, yeah. Everybody owns a cemetery, and that's why we're looking forward to new people joining, because you might have a favorite cemetery that you like. Like, if you like Sumner, Huntsford, or, the beach road. Oh, yeah. So right now, like Chris has 4 cemeteries, you might want to give one up. Carol has 2, no, Carol has 1. Carol has 3, Cynthia has 1, I have 3. And I'm sorry, no, yeah, so great to kind of spread them around a little bit. What that means is that when we own that cemetery, go check into it at least, what are we doing now?
After the storm, the people and the rain, check. Once a month.
Yeah, let's say once a month. What else? I don't know, I'd say there's something interesting that you want to research on. A lot of, we really do that, we went through the 1918 outbreak, these things like that, or smallpox outbreak, something really cool that maybe we might want to write something on, write something up, put it on Gloucester, or newspaper, or just even on our website. Have some fun with some of the research.
The question is if we're going to into the collective sector, and
Oh, there's a lot of trash over behind the trash area. Somebody said one time that their granddaughter or daughter fell through a grave and was buried inside a coffin. And that wasn't true. That's so. But you still have to check those things out and communicate that to the grandmother or the mother. That you, that couldn't have happened. Well, yes.
we all get you back and coming, the cemetery with us, and hoping to see, how we set up, but she didn't respond.
All right, and what we're starting, what we're trying to create is the GPS coordinates, so that when we'll show an example once we get to the summary groups. So that's a project I'm working on.
And is this true, just so that you see that it's reinforcing me too, with respect to, when we take pictures, we have to keep this coordinates on the picture.
Yeah, right. But we'll have a little how-to when we're out in the field. And we'll be ready to do. Oh, here's the cemetery. I generated the new QR codes today, and I don't. Did you do the last one? I didn't do the QR code, but I think QR code. We wanted to send the skills of the brochure. I'll put the QR code on it. You just can follow out. I'm pretty sure I sent that value in. Ray, I sent her, but I'll also pictures of it also.
Do so I don't want me to pursue it. So things that are going on, so I don't want to pursue it, would be definitely.
No, because they can't be color, and I figured it'd be nice to see them have fun with each cemetery.
Okay. You want to do it, do you, would you like some conversation? Yeah. Um, I was thinking, well, we'll just see how this goes. Because I might be this little here, I think is another piece that we can add on to the next meeting. So, I mentioned, maybe supporting the printing brochures, including all of the tours, so that it's, safe. So we follow up on.
You know what, I didn't even, that was even on my radar.
It's also, there's a lot, we just say this for the next meeting, next meeting.
Hopefully, okay. Google Drive organization is, meeting that's active. Well, I should probably make some of these active, but I'll do that later. Women's role in the 250th, we're putting that on hold for this year. Because we're doing the second parish and other things. Stone community workshop, Saturdays and weekends. That's actually active. Nobody's taken the burial fee assessment yet. We could just leave that just for a little bit.
But then time in on that very period, that assessment, that time in with a person, assessing all of the cemeteries and seeing, what plots are still available and what areas might be free. Those two separate ideas.
Oh, separately sad, like me. I can't.
The assessment of how many cemeteries to have free space.
Should I add it to the assessment?
Well, times and times of it. Well, in different comments, yes, really comments about that.
They seem to be similar. Well, yeah, it's like that. So the idea is that what focus might be on to expand to more cemeteries or expand into the other sector. The existing human doctors, if you could possibly go to the seaside, we could go toward, the rocks and the woods and, go off into that area. But how soon does it need to do it? And so, yeah.
And we may have a member at some time in the very near future who might be interested in that project.
So, a cemetery committee member, we just work with, Robin, yes.
The accommodates. That's a really, fun networking project. It's good. I'd like to see them also think about areas in the historic cemeteries as well. I'm sure it's just like on the studies that relation space and
Yeah, but where are the cemeteries could be space?
this would piggyback and as this went forward, we would have to do some ground engineering. I just want to identify spaces that we know people aren't buried, at least we have injected people there and buried there. And then we have to do some ground engineering, double check. But John George, right? John George has told me, and also Christine visiting on cemeteries yesterday, that he in Beachbrook, there showed us exactly where there's plots that the families are long gone dead, and they will probably never be used.
So, cemetery plots Mississippi.
Yes, yes.
So we have to, figure out what the legal implications.
Yes, we have to go to the city board and talk to them about that. And then if we had permission, we could write to the families and maybe they give it up. Or maybe they, if someone's going to buy it, at least they get something from the money. It's a possibility. I mean, Parks and Rec said they would love them, but I would Park Cemetery and they can space there too. Why not use up, maybe now active cemeteries?
Or Paul Barron.
And we still there, yes, if we.
Paul Barron was required, this was required to not service on, to clear Paul Barron.
I'm scared, I'm so pushing scattered. Yeah, on there, New York, yeah.
So, what the program do this, we do continue,
So assessing the availability of burial space in all city-owned cemeteries. We think. Possibly, we should go on.
no, we don't know.
I know.
Actually, that's it. That we do not move the gas about
To the center. They move all the monuments, and store those, and people are still buried in the box, about the box.
we wanted to put it in you know, this one tend to often get better in the state. It's almost like this, it's cheap.
Yes, and we may have some interesting.
Okay. Priority, I'll make it red.
Almost supposed to be some information that Mike has raised the burial fees, hasn't he?
Actually, no.
You said something about fees, he raised the fees or something.
Oh, no, that's just, to get the, it's the paper that, we never took that document, which I have on my drive, to,
No, it's on your sheet, I think we can turn it in. Yeah.
they, what they did was a permit to be buried was
Oh, I said, no, so we dictate it, you permit to be there.
just a document that you sign at the city level, and I think that it'll, maybe it's a city clerk to look back and various places, and city level,
Documents, you know,
it's a,
that is,
it's more of a documentation.
yeah, the burial fees have not been used.
No.
Okay, so
It's waiting for this assessment. Because the assessment we did, it's,
You freeze him?
No, can't hear.
Sets an alarm off of you.
I guess we're on stuff, huh?
There you go.
You're a miracle.
Thank you.
That can stay open.
Thank you.
I was reading, so I get it.
I know. 33, that's good.
Oh, look, there's the influenza 1918. It's open. It's, it's just an interesting project.
Yeah, that one woman, he's went, I stopped when I was, because that one woman did an incredible job, and she was like 5 years ahead, and so she. We could, instead of influenza, we could just go, influenza and other, epidemics, and, things that other, causes. Like the woman at the Peg, she told me that people died of the fact that mold grew on the wheat that they stored in their cellars, and that's how she thinks the family that the wife died, the two children died, they were in their twenties, it was sad. Everybody died except for the husband. And she was thinking of the stories because of the mold in the wheat, because they all died within a very short period of days of each other.
So on some of the cemetery stones, I put smallpox in. You will see them mention different diseases that they died of. Wouldn't it be cool just to, I mean, you know,
Tell a
but
story.
yeah, tell a story
That'd
about,
be great. That'd
you
be
know,
great.
yeah. Okay, and erosion report.
Yeah.
Would you like to say anything about that?
No, I've done nothing on John George, and I know we've been talking about other things, but that is in the works and soon, and it should be done hopefully by the time I see you all next meeting. Yeah, DPW.
I'm gonna put John's name because, okay. All right, that's it. Anything else? I think that's good enough. That's good. All right, what's next?
Stone repair.
Okay, stone repair update. Oh yeah, we'll go over into this. And we'll go to cemetery advisory, condition and repair reporting. Okay. How the heck do I get rid of that? Okay, so.
But all fine graves.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
so this is phase 1 of 2025,
Mhm.
and the money has to be spent, oh, well, we'll go through it.
Mhm.
So these are this is one stone, that's why it's called 1A, B, C, D, in Cove Hill, and all these people are on it. Chris, did you want to talk about Cove Hill?
No, there's nothing more to say than we talked about last time, but Rob, it has has a number of stones in his workshop that he's been working on for the last since he got them in early April. So after our meeting on the 8th, he went the 9th and picked up all the stones, which he's been working 2 were from Cove Hill and two of, at least from Magnolia, and then 2 are from First Parish that he has in his workshop.
Okay, all right. And so as these are the estimates that Rob gave to fix each of those stones. And then once they're fixed, a new photograph could be taken and then just follow the link and put the new stone up there. And then put the repair date. And it has to be done beforehand.
Right. May I ask you something on those find degrees? Because I did collect the photographs of what they look like now as broken stones. Are they shown broken in those find degrees as well?
Some are kind of interestingly different, like, let's see, there's Magnolia. One was fine, but now it's broken.
So do you want to keep the find degree which shows it's in good shape, or do you want the photograph of the before, with present before, like 2025?
See Alice?
Yeah, I'll say no, she's been toppled over.
So, this picture, they don't give a date on when it was done, but Alice was standing, just fine. But, the photo now has it toppled over. So, you can have several photos in here.
Have it on May 10th. Go to Kenneth Gilbert, photo added by.
Right here?
Yeah.
And you, click on his name?
Try that,
He might have
because
said.
it just clicked over. It showed what date he did it.
Oh, maybe, you know what, maybe if I click it.
Yep, May 10th.
Oh, that's good, okay, so you have to click the photo, okay, good. So, oh my gosh, 15 years ago, it was here.
So can you show us how, because I have the photos now, how would I pop it in there?
Okay, so you would add photo.
Oh, you're saying find degree. You don't want me to, okay, so that, you put it into find degree is what you're thinking.
It has to go, the new stone has to go into find a grave, with a note that said, Well, that's a good question, because this isn't a good example, but,
I was thinking, I was talking about the Google Docs, but you're right, I guess we could put it, this is what it looks like. So if I add a photo and then just put the date, say being restored,
this one right here, I don't know if we should say add a photo at all. What do you guys think?
because that's what it's gonna look like when we finish it.
Yeah. Let's go to one that,
Is there a place to put a note? Are there any notes there that restored in?
It would-
I put, that's what I'll do when, I'll put a note in when a stone has been repaired, and I put the date that it was repaired.
Right, and so I think that's important too, but people won't realize, well, you know what, when we do, maybe when we put the note in, maybe, when you put a note in, can you add a photo to say, can you insert a photo when you put a note in?
You mean the bad one?
Yeah.
I don't know if Cemeteries is a good place to be doing inventory, but I mean, I haven't seen anybody do that.
What is under photos, Sandy? Is that
Just-
that
it's
like
just
a
this-
gallery?
It's
Oh, there it is.
it's just this one.
Because we could do, like, see, it says Kenneth, 2010, we could add a photo and say 2025. And then it's gonna be restored, so that's March of 2025, and then it'll be restored before June 30th, and it'll be in June 2025, see that it's been restored, we could do that, right? But you don't like the idea of making it, succession like that?
I've never seen, honestly, I've never seen one that's okay at the beginning of it. They usually look pretty bad.
It's sort of like backwards.
It is.
Yeah.
Or they just see that things haven't been maintained or something happened, but then it was fixed, it was restored.
Finder doesn't care about. It's fixed.
Okay,
It's mainly art.
see, I'm trying to figure out how to keep,
So what you would do, let me run this by.
right.
You add the new photo,
Mhm.
okay, and it'll be, we'll just say June 2025.
Mhm.
You put a note on the bottom of it that said the stone had to be repaired between 2010
Mhm.
damage and 2025.
Mhm.
We go with the.
Sounds great.
Okay.
And but let's go back to your Google Docs. Do you want a before picture for 2025 of the handy stone?
I think people have been doing that though, right?
We
Let's
don't have it, I don't.
So here's repair 2025,
Right.
okay, and we'll go to Magnolia Handy.
Mhm.
Okay, so here she is.
Right, exactly. That's good.
It's just labeled wrong.
Right. And
So that's what we have, and this will always be there.
right, so, and do you want me to go in, since I have now the correct picture, do you want me to go in, delete that and add the right picture with the right name, or say?
Now, this is the right picture, right?
Yes.
It's just, this is the problem?
Yes, exactly. And it's, yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
she took it from the back. And,
And
that's why I
Butler
just,
is
that's
the one that's over
the
here.
the street is where Butler, the word Butler is, so just.
Hey, if you don't mind deleting this and putting the correct, that'd be good.
So I could add the photos. So to add a photo, could you just step me through that adding the photo?
Okay,
Can you add a photo on that page so you can see that it fell over and then it was restored, so they're both there?
okay, so this says,
So.
so this says fix 2025.
Mhm.
And what you would do is put restored 2025, and then we'll have a whole separate. I have a tick on me. Oh my God.
It just seems to me if you see them side by side, be in the same spot.
None of us have pictures of what it was like except for this gentleman, Kenneth.
Oh, I have pictures from 1986, though. Oh, not in Magnolia.
The first connection.
Okay, so what was your idea though?
I totally get that it's the fix, but if you open that and they're side by side, there's the fix. There's it needs to be fixed, there's the rest.
You could easily do that. So say you do this, right? and then you just lay the fixed one right next to it.
Then it's not in two different places.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be here, this is our doc, that's what I was trying to get to, this is where it'll show
This is-
before and after.
Right on the Google.
On one
Docs.
click.
Yeah, exactly.
so you know how to do that.
That's what's, no, you're gonna walk me through it, so I said, why don't you just, can you delete, why don't you show me how you delete, because I'm gonna delete this photo, or can I just,
But say that, let's pretend that it just got fixed, right? And, we take this and,
so you just copy it right and save it.
yeah, just take a screenshot. And this, we're just pretending that
Sure.
this is the fixed one. Okay, save as, fixed. And delete. Right, and bring it over, go back over here. Of course, it would look a whole lot nicer than this. But- And then you would just screenshot it again. And then this, you annotate it like you would, annotate.
And so in order to do that, you know, where the three little dots are, if I hit the three little dots on that page, does that give you the ability to insert a photo?
Oh,
I should draw it.
yeah. Turn that off. Okay, so what was the question about?
When you had the picture of the fallen, of the before, which it is now, over here was three little dots, and usually sometimes those three little dots, you hit them, it gives you a bunch of properties.
Okay, tell me that again.
See the three little dots over after download, there's a download icon, there's the printer icon, the download, you see the three little dots?
Yeah.
And they're in the vertical, over one, over one more. If you click on that, does that allow me to insert a picture on this particular page?
Well, it won't be on this, so, this picture might go away if we're gonna just use one picture, right?
Yeah, but we're thinking maybe we could put two pictures, can we put two, if we make this a little bit smaller, can we put two pictures on that page?
No,
Okay, so but you
you
just
just do it the way that I just showed you, with a screenshot. Yeah,
so it's just do as a screenshot.
and then what you do here is, you say move to trash,
Okay,
and then you go over here, and then you add in, well, let's see what it would look like, so, what did I end up doing? I did that, right? Oh, I guess I didn't save it, well, maybe it's still here.
I had time to practice before he has malfinished.
Oh, okay, here it is.
Screenshot, okay.
Okay, so save as, we'll just, what's that?
Sorry, Cindy.
No, let's be on it. Okay, so fixed. So then, okay, this is good. This is a good example. I don't mind showing you it all. Okay, so then we say, add, did you see what I just did? New file upload. Downloads, it's in here.
Go to that page.
Fixed, so fixed, and it's fixed.
So your thoughts are as a separate page for the fixed and separate page for
No. I thought that's what I called it. Oh, just the word fixed, okay, sorry. I thought I called it fixed. So this, file upload fixed. So now when you do this, it's just, here's fixed, but you would name it.
Sure.
And then you have the before, yeah. So you want to do that?
Yeah. And right now I'm just gonna pick the befores because that's all we're dealing with, the befores, which we don't have.
Okay,
That sounds
now
good.
which befores don't you have?
We don't have any for Bray and we don't have any for Cove Hill.
Ah,
And then some of them, like,
just maybe we should go take them before.
I already have.
You took them?
Mhm.
Ah, good. All right, and then there. Okay, let's refresh. That was worth it, just to show you that.
Thank you, yeah, that was really helpful.
Okay, next. Oh, on the stone repair update, okay, so you would update the, okay. And these are all priority ones, we all discussed first visible route, and here's the reason why. Walter thought that these were priority ones, okay, he can say that. First visible road in the cemetery is the reason why Magnolia was fixed. Chris, you picked these two from, is this, right?
Great.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And this one right here, which was, Betsy Coffin is a historic family. This one right here is a rare Christian stone. And what was the other reason for that one? Ireland. She's from Ireland.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And it says Ireland on the stone, which is, don't usually have it. And Carol's is just an investigation complete, and it's gonna be $0. And when we can get to that, we can go all the way over here and see when it was repaired. And this is how that's how the restore is repaired. So we just verify.
Exactly.
Okay,
Great,
that's
great.
it. All right, excellent. All right. Agenda. Discussion on oh, good, somebody else can talk for a while. Discussion on local charitables. That's you, Chris.
It is. So, we know that we never have enough money for restoration, and we know we have so much restoration to accomplish. So, I became aware that Cape Ann Savings Bank is very generous in making donations locally for various projects. So I have a call into Jen Orlando, who, as I understand it, right now, I haven't spoken to her personally yet, because it's just a voice messaging, that she's the one involved with that. That is, could fill me in, and what is the process for filling out an application so that possibly the bank would make donations, maybe yearly donations, to the historic cemeteries and their restoration, so helping the city. I was hoping in the discussion, I remember at times Melissa and I have talked when she's mentioned she knows of other, in history-wise, other local groups maybe also make donations to for charitable reasons to support the city. I don't remember what groups they were, but I was just gonna approach them and say,
Now, here's the Sons of the American Revolution, the Daughters of the American Revolution. If we have any of those stones that need to be repaired, we can also go to them and each have them maybe do one stone a year or something.
right, so DAR will make a donation as long as that stone is related to
Revolution.
a revolutionary war. Okay, so that's how that works, okay, and okay.
Okay, but because I was talking to Rob about this last week or something. Getting money and stuff, going for the $10,000 grant that the DAR has and seeing if the DPW could match the other 10,000. With our, we don't really get 10,000.
Not anymore, it's changed, I guess you told us. So how about, and may I ask you this, this is important,
So
so,
you'll be cheating now that I found that.
I'm
too.
sorry, no. But it wasn't embedded, which is nice. When is it, because we're getting $5,000 for our budget, July 1st. When does that DAR, matching, because
For
it has
next
to
year.
match dollar for dollars.
Next year.
So
So
you,
the,
2026.
Yeah.
And you
the
submit,
money would be received in 20.
but you'd have to, is it still open that you could apply now?
I better check all that. I'll have to see. I'll have to check that. I think they have to be in by December. Let me just.
Sure,
check.
sure. But when you, let's imagine that you submit it and that, you're awarded that particular grant. So we wouldn't have to match funds until 2026.
I don't know, remember I ran into this like a couple of years ago, applying for this grant, and we weren't getting any money from anywhere else to match it. I don't know.
But if we get more donations, and that's another thing you need to find out, if we start to get, let's imagine that Cape Ann Savings starts donating, and I learned from other people, Matt had a wonderful idea about, approaching Leahy. If he doesn't have time to pursue that, I'm gonna pursue that. But let's imagine that we have money coming in on us, like Carol Steele gives us $500 every year for, Langsford. And so, the other thing is to, maybe our historical fund will grow, 1,600 right now, but maybe it will grow and we can match that way too. I don't know how many, how DAR wants the matching funds to come,
Is it always matching funds or is there in kind?
No, I don't know.
So that's one. So let's go back to this, are there, in your, because you understand the city so much better than I, are there other groups that you've heard of that I could approach and ask for, contributions, Chamber of Commerce doesn't, I imagine, give money, I know they,
Me.
yeah,
There is that chamber, isn't it? Did you get that?
I did, yeah. I've got $1,500 from it, but I'm kind of looking for, I'm hoping to find people that will do something yearly, even if it's only $100. Like, I look back in the notes, historically, and garden clubs used to give the historical commission and the cemetery in particular donations. I don't know if things like that still exist, but how about the Elks? Do the Elks, I don't know, I don't know if anyone knows anything,
Elks, the Legion.
You're talking about the veterans. I just need a lead, and I don't mind writing to them or calling them and finding out, is it possible that we can apply for any kind of, donation from, might even be yearly. For.
I know I had a bunch on the top of my agenda.
It's
But the garden clubs, the garden clubs rely on donations as well, I would imagine.
Right.
The garden club, so the backyard.
Okay, you think I should approach them too?
It's the one that generous
Gardeners.
gardeners. But there's others like the Lanes Cove Historical Association.
The
Rotary.
Rotary.
Oh, the Rotary, okay, Rotary.
Wellington Community Center.
Every $25 would be wonderful. If we had, 100, it could just be nice, something that we keep growing and people make these donations. So, okay, so we have Rotary, Lanes, Cove Community Center, the Chamber of Commerce, Elks, maybe the Legions, and maybe other banks. I don't know Cape Ann, but maybe Gloucester or Santander, maybe they're still
institution. Yeah, institution for sale.
Right, institutions, that's a bank too. Institutions,
Who would donate their LCC applied materials? I don't even know if they're still are they still in business?
it's Gordon's, still exists right here in town. So why not ask them? I'm sure, I'm not sure, I'm hoping. Yeah. So that's why
Okay, August 1st is the DAR grant, the portal opens. August 1st.
Okay.
And then it closes, October 31st.
So the only question we need to be answered, because is that, when do you have to match these funds? You see, if you have to match the funds, if you have us matching funds present when you apply, that means we cannot touch our budget of $5,000. But if the matching funds don't have to be applied until, let's say, spring, so we'd still be kind of in a pickle. Because we only get money every July 1st.
But if you're approaching those other entities, you might have that in the donation, because you have two accounts.
We have one for Langsford.
How the concept to be firmly secure.
When you apply, when you
The
apply,
application.
you,
Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll look at
I think that we might be able to pull off the 5,000. I don't think we pull off the 10,000.
Okay.
Because you told us the reason why we were cut back because of everybody in the city was cut back, money wise.
Okay, all right.
And Leahy too, right?
Yes,
Yes.
maybe. And maybe Mass General, I don't know, we might as well go for broke, right?
Yeah.
See, anything else? Do you know of any other organizations?
I would have to think about it.
That's good, thank you. Think we've made it a discussion, so we can talk.
Who has any interest in history? History is the main thing.
Does the Gloucester Fire Department have a Friends of the Fire Department?
Yeah, that's what I asked Matt, and I think, and so, because especially with Cherry Hill has that, and that's what I was hoping, and, to pursue as well, but I think I'll just go ahead and, because I'll follow that up too.
Yeah. For me, when I think of it, it's like, do we usually donate to them or do they donate to, to us? I was thinking of the CAM in terms of history, but are they more looking for donations rather than ever putting donations out?
Running a business, they must need to have tax deductions, right?
Like the
Maybe
museum.
even can donate some.
Yeah, it's tough with nonprofits because they're always looking for money.
That right.
Is CAM a nonprofit?
Cape Ann Museum?
But I see your point, if it's a nonprofit, then.
Right.
Like Generous Gardeners.
Oh, that's a
They're always
nonprofit.
looking for money. Yeah. Backyard growers is always looking for money.
Who's,
Backyard growers are always looking for money.
and that's a
No.
nonprofit.
But reaching out to them at that level, they might want to do some work in the cemetery.
No, I'm just starting to think because maybe donate some plants, because I'm looking at woolly thyme, I'm looking at plants for the cemeteries that can grow, that can weed whack and still come back and be happy, you know? But no, I agree with you on that. I agree. So because we've opened it up for discussion, we can share information even after this meeting. If something comes up or you hear something.
Yeah.
Because I would love to be able to build our financial stability.
That's excellent.
Okay, so that's good.
That's great. What else? And
Just new business, huh?
yeah,
For new business, just wanted to make sure that the committee was aware that Magnolia Cemetery has a newfound cremation section to it, which was established 2 years ago, and plots are still being sold as far as I understand. A number of plots have already been sold even prior to death. Death has not occurred.
oh, oops.
Oh, you want to show the pictures? So that's just looking at it from Chris and I were there last yesterday. And then the other picture is actually from the stone wall, and then it looks like I would almost put money on that Cannon, Miss Cannon is putting flowers in. Do you have the other pictures? What are the other pictures? Because along the stone wall, we noticed that perennials are being planted all along there. You maybe just see, but there's some more. But there's the cremation section.
That's
of
really
Magnolia.
pretty, huh?
It is very pretty. And it went through. I don't even know the steps, but I know that DPW was involved in the family, the Peak family. Where the Peak family? Yeah. I think it started because the father passed away in 21. Look and see, but he was a Coast Guard veteran, and so he always wanted to be buried here, and however it came about, that we now have a cremation. There must be a better word than me keep saying section. Do we call it a cremation burial area?
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to bury it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think we bury the remains.
And Chris told me an interesting story. Did you want to talk about that?
I'll get some more information. When we were talking about space and limited space for burials, cremation, specifically, somebody shared with me in their community, in their cemetery, rather than burying urns this way, they go down and stack them. So it's more like this way.
Vertical.
Yeah, vertical in the ground.
So they can fit more.
Exactly, so a family would buy, I don't know what you'd call it, a
Column.
a column. Yeah, and I'll get some more information.
Yeah.
But it goes that way rather than horizontal.
And this is local, right?
She is actually up, well, North Conway, but it might be someplace around here too, but interesting. Yeah, to see.
Because it is the present, this concept of.
There's only so much space, right? There's only so much.
Yeah.
If you picture it as a column, not just for a second, picture a column, literally a hole drilled,
Yes,
and the
yeah,
first one goes in.
Exactly.
second-
the tier,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting idea.
How do you, put, like, so you put the first person down 6 feet and the next one down 4 feet and then 2 feet, that type of thing?
No, six, I don't know.
Well, in space, but well, aren't they in those? like,
Depends what you choose, you can choose whatever you want.
Yeah, they would be maybe in metal or something, right? So they don't,
Metal, everything.
so you don't like drill into the other one.
Yeah, I would imagine they're gonna be partitioned, or maybe they partition or something.
Oh, with a piece of.
Like a crypt.
Yeah, with a piece of concrete, so you don't dig into the.
Or maybe they put a sleeve in.
Yeah, I was picturing,
I
maybe
picture
drilling a hole and putting a sleeve in.
A sleeve.
First one goes in.
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
That's it.
And there'd probably be a stipulation, like I know the Arlington Cemetery, there's a stipulation how big the container can be to hold the ashes. So there might be that too, but still there's so many pretty, urns or containers for the ashes.
Are they all ashes in? They are, yeah. That's how they come out, the stones are so close together.
Sandy also likes, do you want to explain to the group the burials that just wrapped in gauze or the green burials?
Yeah, green burials, so the idea is not to waste energy turning the bodies into cremation, because that's carbon footprint. The second thing is, you avoid the embalming fluids and things like that, which means you don't need the big cement crypt, which saves costs, because none of, like the Bronte sisters, do you know what happened to the Emily Bronte and all the Bronte sisters? They lived near a cemetery at the bottom of a hill, and when it rained, the water got into the water system, the burials. This is before cremation, and they got typhoid and died at a very young age.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I know.
Toxic.
Yeah.
The water was poisoned.
Yeah, poisoned, yeah. Anyways, so the idea is to wrap them in, they call it a shroud. Yeah, so they're wrapped in a shroud. And in the old days, if you look in First Parish Burial Ground, the Rebecca, the 5 seamen that were on the Rebecca were wrapped in a shroud with a safety pin. And it used to be that you would be able to detect the safety pin because the bodies have disintegrated. I I don't know how we would even find anybody, except that this like depressions, like that kind of depression in the soil that ground penetrating radar picks up, but the pins have all probably dissolved that hold the shrouds.
And did you ever find where the Rebecca crewmen were buried?
Yeah, we think we do. Yeah.
The other thing I've run into with the shrouds is people, instead of being buried horizontal, they're standing them up.
I didn't know that.
I don't remember where I read that, but yeah.
So
I don't know how that would work here. We don't have that much depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seaside, they're worried about even putting ashes back there and making cremation plots because of the ledge. They have to backfill it and then like make an artificial area.
That side of Lancaster Street is almost all sand, but I wonder if that was the other side of Lancaster Street. Do you remember at Lanesville Stories, Edwin Erickson was there?
Yes.
And he grew up in the house across, at the bottom of the big field next to our house. And he remembered running from his house all the way to the cove, over the sand dunes. So all of the ocean side of Lancaster Street from Viking Street on was all sand. I wonder if it's gone sand that way.
Yeah. He has to, in Lansford back there, have you ever been to the rocks behind the cemetery? He said that there's a lot of ledge in there and they have to do deep hole tests. But he would fill it with soil.
And this is for,
Seaside
no,
expansion.
but were you all talking about the fact of burying urns, or plots, burying urns for ashes, yeah. So I know you said that, where the sign is for Seaside, no one's buried there because of the granite. And then there's, another spot right after that no one's buried there because again, all the boulders and granite. Because we had talked about a scatter garden possibly there.
So if it's not deep enough, let's recommend the scatter.
I think so. And you had the idea of maybe making the woods a scatter garden, but it's still kind of nice to have it in one forward too.
Right.
Because pretty bushes would be, people would do.
That one, the picture that we saw when we were down at the Veteran Center of the very pretty kind of pathway through the rhododendron.
Yes. Yeah.
That was really pretty, and you don't need that kind of depth
No.
for the scatter.
Exactly.
But you could still put a plaque
If people saw.
if they want
Right.
a small.
And if one of them, if I remember correctly, it was kind of an information board where the plaques were on the information board and the scatter, there wasn't a plaque at each scatter.
Right. Just because almost like you start taking up a lot of territory, like space-wise, but you could have like some sort of design set up so that people's names were recorded, that their ashes were scattered in this particular garden.
I looked at the deeds and the land when you are at Seaside. It's up actually on a hill there, but it's, I believe it's
You over by Locust Grove.
yeah, behind Lucas Grove sign. There's a big, beautiful hill there, which would be the most amazing scatter garden. But it is not for the
So if you look back, if you took the road that into the Rockport area, it's back there where the gate is that goes up and down, somewhere in that area, or no?
No, when you drive in, if you're on Washington Street looking at Seaside and the sign for Locust Grove is in that small drive,
Yes.
that whole hill
Where the pine trees are.
where the pine, behind the pine trees,
Yes,
there's this beautiful hill up there. It would be the perfect location.
I think it's, is that? Oh,
I believe it's Rocky Lane,
that is so cool there.
but maybe they're up for collaboration.
That's true.
They might be looking for the same idea.
It's an interesting idea.
All right, so anything else?
Do you have any more business?
I do not. Does anybody else? No? Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to bring up anything about the, anything to do with the second parish tour dates, or is that, did you?
I'm good with that. All I did was bring the flags that I looked at, worked on, which may or may not be approved, but I reached out to past president of NAVA, who oversees flag etiquette. And the person that answered me has a specific interest in revolutionary flags. He says that, and I did send him a picture of this today to follow up. And he said that although flag etiquette, which is not a law, says you don't write on a flag, and he didn't feel when I explained it to him without the picture, that this would have to be writing the flag. It's not a flag, it's not, it couldn't be waving anywhere, but it could, some people could have a problem with it. So I just throwing it out there, I did send it to him today.
I'm sorry, it's the past president of what?
NAVA, I can confirm that.
Sure, yeah. Mhm. So to confirm whether this would be acceptable and not offend anyone.
He said that anytime you put any kind of lettering on any flag, there could be a negative thought about that, but it's not enforceable, and it's clearly in the, I don't remember what the word is, in the guidelines about flag etiquette, that it is a US flag. And this is not considered a US flag because it's a revolution before the war. So there's a little bit of gray area there, but I did reach out.
I like it a lot. I hope it's okay.
It's handsome, it's very handsome.
I just, and my son-in-law will doctor it up a little bit because it's kind of rough, but then that Cindy's idea is to print them and laminate them and hang them on garden flags. So that in Second Parish, there are very few stones.
Maybe we could write something on the other side too.
About the family or something, or?
Yeah. You know, get both sides with something on.
So that when people come up, but Russell and I are going to be working on history and people, and which is why I love the Google Doc, because there's so much information in there. And that these will just say, we were there, we were, we're talking about the revolution.
Are you and Russell doing all, so you and Russell are the historians for Second Parish?
We'll be there during the tour with the history. It's not necessarily a huge presentation or anything of the history when people come.
But of all the families, whatever families you've chosen?
There'll be some of the chosen families. There'll be a little bit about the history of the cemetery and how it came to be.
And in its proposal too, or you, because there was some discussion that you would also have to be covered by the old church, where you, I'm not sure where that's gone.
Carol has quite an itinerary set up, and the church has said that they would make their doors would be open, so if people want to go in and see the stones that are on just there.
We're gonna try to not to have a bus go there, yeah.
So Carol's kind of at that.
Yeah, I'll let that be and just keep it, because we're discussion what we were saying last week. Yeah.
And I'm just working on making some replica stones that can represent what would have been there.
Yeah, here's the inventory of who's there, like,
And this is under Second Parish.
Yeah.
Is this, in what folder is all this in? Is it, it's on
It's on cemeteries and then second
Okay, gotcha.
okay, so say that this stone, the green, if it's got a green right in this column right here, it means the stone is there. Blue means the stone is in the church, and orange means, there's no stone at all anywhere. And these three right here, there's just weird drawings on, find a grave, like somebody.
A piece of slate or?
No, just like on a piece of paper, but I don't know what it was. So there's these green ones right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's not 9 maybe stones in Second Parish.
Yeah, you're about 11. Yeah.
Is there?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there are a couple down. I have the stone that I showed you that I'm working on is Samuel Thompson.
2,
11, yeah, so far.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, 11 right there.
And that's almost to the end, is it?
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, 11. So
So
there's really only 11 stones in there.
that's a lot. Well, you're talking about their families, right?
Right. And there are 8 families that are families or people who were alive during the revolution. And those will be the ones that we would showcase, not that we wouldn't have any information about anybody else, but because we're doing the revolution, that's the first set.
Would they need to have a stone there or just be alive during the revolution?
Carol mentioned alive because it was, we were there, not we participated, so we were there. And just to let people know that there were people here that
So-
held down the fort.
1775, 1783.
So this right here is the age of the beginning of the revolution,
That's
1783.
82.
It's 1775 to 1783.
Right.
Yes.
So that is that, yeah.
So this person here, for example, the green ones are the ones, that have stones. The person was, at the beginning of the revolution, this person was 38, at the end, they were 45. So this person was, so this is the ages of the people at the beginning.
That's great.
So, okay. This person wasn't alive during it, so there's really only
I see what you're saying.
Roberts, Haskell. Okay, so the only families are Roberts, Haskell, Choate, Biles, and Brown. So only,
That's what you're
There
saying.
were 8 people, 8 people, couple of them were husband and wife.
And so like, for instance, Sarah Bray, she has no stone, but this is where your replica would be very important. Gotcha.
Right, and I am going to do Reverend Samuel Thompson because he is the one that was that worked at the church. He is the name of the street. He seemed to be somebody who started the whole ball. So he'll have one, and then whatever other ones we can get. And the one that is in the church for Samuel is his footstone.
Samuel Herrick.
Reverend Samuel Thompson.
now his death year is 1724.
He's well before the revolution, but he is kind of the founder. So we felt that the founder
Oh,
for
church.
the church,
Gotcha.
the founder for the church and the cemetery, there was some, I'll look up the more information, but he kind of was
That's good.
that history person.
And you need that, because people are saying, well, why is the cemetery
Right.
here, you know?
Why is he here?
That's great.
Right,
Love it.
right, yeah, that's great.
And like I said, it's listed as church, that's his footstone. I have all the wording for his actual stone, and that's what I showed you.
I think I have the pictures.
Yeah, I don't know if did you want us to send you the we both have pictures, do you want us to send the pictures of those stones? I mean, you should go and look.
No, but they're all on the Google Drive. I love that.
Good.
I love that.
Good.
I love it. But
Yeah, Sandy's been
the
very
the picture of the Thompson stone in the church is the footstone, because Dolliver's writings show the original stone, so I have the original wording.
It's great.
That'll be his
It's
replica
amazing.
stone.
Yes, it's wonderful, his contribution.
All right. Good. Let me just see what one of these is. Okay, John Riggs. Very shade.
Unusual design too.
It might not even look like that now.
I haven't been, I was gonna take Chris up there too.
I've never been up there. I need to.
Can we make a trip?
And behind.
Off Concord Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see this particular cemetery.
There's an abutter there, that her and her husband are gonna help us clean it up again. I think you were there that day and I think they came down.
Yeah, they also are somehow associated with the animal shelter, right?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
All right, well, that's all we have. Thank you for coming, Christine.
Thank you.
To stop, we're ending the meeting. Do we have a motion? Oh, we don't even have quorum to have the meeting. Okay.
It still counts though.
Yeah, we just couldn't vote on the first two items. Okay. All right.